Good evening, students. So today we are going to continue with our last lecture. So what we have seen, that is six functional areas, right? So what we have seen in last lecture, we have discussed about the evolution of enterprise network, how the network can be evolved in terms of enterprise, right? How Cisco enter into enterprise network, and how this hierarchical layer can be used in this enterprise network efficiently, with dividing this particular enterprise network into six functional areas, right? Then how this particular six modules will be situated in the Sona framework architecture of Cisco, that also we have discussed. And in these six functional areas we have discussed in last session the three module. The first one is enterprise campus, second one enterprise edge, and third one service provider, right? So in this today's lecture we will start with the model 4, enterprise branch, how these functional areas can be used, this enterprise data center, and the last one is the enterprise teleworker, right? What are the functions of each and every module in terms of Cisco enterprise architecture, that we will discuss today, right? So if you just we will revise a few slides from the last lecture, that in Cisco Sona framework, right? So in the network infrastructure layer you will find out all the six modules, right? That is campus, branch, data center, enterprise edge, WAN and MAN, and the teleworker, right? So in the Cisco service oriented network architecture, if the question is asked, draw the diagram of the Cisco Sona framework with enterprise architecture, right? Then you need to show this particular diagram, right? You need to show all the six models over here, the network infrastructure layer, right? Then we have these six models, right? So out of that, three we have done with in last session. Now remaining three we need to cover in this particular session, right? So where these particular all the models are combined together to form an architecture, right? And each and every module is undergoes into some sub modules over here. If you see enterprise campus also having some different sub modules, enterprise edge is having e-commerce, internet connectivity, remote access, WAN and MAN. Service provider is also having PST and frame relay, ATM, different ISPs, right? So these are the some of the sub models we have already discussed, right? So today we are going to discuss about these three models, right? Enterprise branch, enterprise data center, and the teleworker, right? So also here if you see in sample network also all these models are there, right? Teleworker is there, branch is there, right? The data center is there. Then in this particular remote enterprise modules, we can call it in for these three modules we can call it as an remote enterprise modules, right? Remote enterprise modules, right? So in this first module is your enterprise branch module, right? Which will be which we can be used as extension of the your enterprises, right? So whatever your organization is, if you extend what we can call as if you can extend the enterprise by providing a different location, right? With a network architecture, and with if you integrate this different security services also, or you have used any wireless mobility to that particular branch, right? And if a branch office we can be located away from your central branch, right? For example, if you see a home branch is or a central branch is another one, and your sub branch is also there, right? Also likewise, for example, if any regional sales office is there, right? So their central branch is different, their different offices they have, right? So likewise, if you have a remote offices, sales offices, branch offices, right? So user must be connect to from all these branches to your the central branch, right? Central site. to access to any kind of the information, right? So for that, you need to be in a high speed internet access. You need sometimes a VPN connectivity. Then you have in intranets also in your own campus, in your own organization, right? So then also there must be an any telecommunication capacity there, any video conferencing facility, right? So all these things must be there in your enterprise branch, right? Whenever we will thinking upon any enterprise branch, then it nothing but your the sub branches of your organization, and from that sub branches, your the central branches must be accessible by using a different internet networking strategies and technologies, right? uh, so you have used the high speed internet, VPN. You can be used video conferencing. You are having organization intranets with you, right? Then all these things you must be thinking upon, right? Then we have this particular enterprise data center module. All right. Whenever you think upon the data center, right? It is with related to your somewhat in your campus server farm module, right? Because in campus server farm also you see there are a different application server, storage solution, right? On all that things are managed, the security cost and all that things. You should need to be managed in the server farm as well, right? Likewise in data center also, you need to be kept different servers, application server, database servers, different storage solutions of your information. Then different hardware equipments. Organization used to also manage the security, right? Cost, right? Then any kind of the requirement which will be useful for response quickly, and which will be accessible 24 by 7, right? So which having some network infrastructure, right? So in this enterprise data center, in the three it having a three layers. So for example, the first layer is infrastructure layer, right? So in infrastructure layer, what data center must have? Now obviously it must have an gigabit ethernet, a high speed ethernet, right? Then storage switching, it must have any optical transport devices, it must have, right? And then second layer, interactive service layer, it must have what we can call as storage services, then computer services, security services, application optimization services, right? So all these kind of the services this data center must have, right? And then last one is your nothing but the management layers, right? So for data center management, there are different tools are already there. The Cisco is also having some of the tools, right? So within by using that particular tools, we can manage our this particular data center, right? We can used to see what is the health and all that things of other internet working devices which we are using in this particular network infrastructure layer. That also can be managed, or that can be monitored in this particular enterprise data center, right? Then the third module is nothing but your enterprise teleworker module, right? Which will be provides a geographical different location, right? For example, such as you can now we are working as a work from home, right? From work from offices, work from hotels, right? Likewise, if with but we are our network is not that much of secure, right? But if you are using such kind of the locations, you must be your connection must be highly secure, right? Because why? Because you are using a standard and secure applications of your organization. Yeah, you are networking different networking services of your organization, then it must be a secure kind of the network, right? And which will be support this will be supported by this enterprise teleworker module, right? For it will be support a small offices to the several employees which we are working from the home, or we are working from the different locations, right? So and for teleworkers can be used, can be a mobile users as well nowadays, right? Because they are traveling in a traveling and or in outside, right? So they can be used mobile phones for their work, right? So it can be called it as an telecommuters, right? Which we are working through a mobile phones, right? So this the solutions which provide a safe and a simple access to the teleworkers to the corporate network sites, according to the needs of the user at the sites, right? So whatever you wanted to use enterprise services, right? That must be your secure one, right? And with this particular teleworker can a solution is provide easy to deploy that managed solution, right, to the all the workers, right? So this is depending upon the organization to organization, enterprise to enterprise, right? So whether they need to incorporate this enterprise teleworkers or not, right? So for example, if I am using the IP phone, right, through IP phone also, I can communicate with other employees, right? So there is a Cisco device is specially designed for that, that we will call it as Cisco IP phone, or Cisco unified communication system. From that we can use enterprises different enterprises services, right? So this is a functionality of this enterprise teleworker, that is, you can work from any location, hotels, who works from homes, work from different offices, different locations, while traveling by using mobile phone. Also you can work by using IP phone, you can by using Cisco unified communication system also you can work, right? So all these are nothing but the organization's functionality, right? And it is depending upon organization to organization, right? So all these are the remaining three models, right? uh, we have seen. Okay, so this enterprise model and the teleworker model, right? So what we have discussed today is the enterprise branch model, then enterprise data center model, right? And then the enterprise teleworker model, right? So we have discussed these three remaining models from this particular point, that is modular approach to the network designing, right? So we will stop today only, right? So there is an test, online test for chapter number 1, right? So the Moodle link we will be posting in your chat box. So everyone, you need to go with that particular link and give the test, right? The time duration for the test is the 15 minutes, and there is an negative marking is there, right, as I already conveyed to you people, right? So all the best for the test. Okay, thank you so much for joining. We will stop today.